how difficult was it for a European company at this point to throw their support behind a U.S. team, John?
It's a really great question because 7-Eleven, as generous as they were, um, going to Europe was still a leap of faith for them. Their primary goal had been to take those athletes through the '84 games, and they were successful as amateurs, and they won a lot of medals. But then Akowitz had the idea to go to Europe, and 7-Eleven was willing to go with that, but they needed somebody else, and the somebody else in this instance was Hoonved, of all things, a maker of industrial washing machines, as unlikely a pairing as you could ever imagine. And there was a single individual, a guy Ron Kiefel calls a cigar smoking industrialist by the name of Erminio Dell'Oglio, who was just a passionate tifosi, just a guy who loved cycling. And he looked at these guys and he says, "Yeah, I want in." And so suddenly it became the 7-Eleven Hoonved team. So if you translate that, that is convenience store plus industrial washing machine. And that is what took the 7-Eleven team through the better part of a decade. But it was really great. But it was absolutely essential to what they were going to do. Not only financially, and Jim Akowitz, the founder of the team, makes this point, but in terms of the connections. Because this guy, Erminio, he knew the director of the Giro d'Italia. He knew other sponsors who would get them tubing for bike frames and tires. And so he sort of paved the way in this very sort of cloistered society, particularly of Italian cycling, and enabled them to get into races. I mean, you couldn't just, the 7-Eleven team, as prominent as they were in America, they couldn't just go to Europe and say, we want to ride the Giro d'Italia. They needed an entree. And the Hoonved Corporation provided a good deal of that entree.